Sung Jinwoo, often referred to as the weakest hunter, stood on the precipice of a life that was not only mundane, but fraught with danger and uncertainty. In a world where individuals wielded extraordinary magical abilities, engaging in perilous raids against monstrous creatures lurking within dark and foreboding dungeons, Jinwoo's status as an E-rank hunter placed him at the very bottom of the hierarchy. His existence was marked by struggles, with every day presenting a new challenge that tested his resolve and determination. Yet, through it all, he persevered, navigating the treacherous landscape where survival was a daily challenge, and the stakes were often life and death. Each passing moment was a reminder of his vulnerability, a reality that weighed heavily upon his shoulders as he sought to carve out a place for himself in this ruthless world. Today, he found himself part of a strike squad, a group tasked with raiding what was presumed to be a low-level C-rank gate located at an abandoned construction site. This site bore the scars of neglect and decay, its rusted structures looming ominously against the overcast sky. The buildings were twisted remnants of what once might have been bustling with activity. Now they stood as silent witnesses to the passage of time, their crumbling facades a testament to the world's unrelenting decay. The air was thick with the scent of rust and damp earth, a reminder of the dangers that lay ahead. The atmosphere was heavy with an unspoken tension, as if the very ground beneath their feet was aware of the trials that awaited them within the depths of the dungeon. The squad was led by Dong-suk, a seasoned hunter whose confidence radiated from him in the way he carried himself, each step imbued with a certainty that inspired both admiration and apprehension among his peers. Dong-suk was a man who had honed his skills over years of battling the unknown, and his presence commanded respect from the others. With a sharp gaze that could pierce through the darkness, he exuded an air of authority that made it clear he was someone not to be trifled with. The rest of the squad was comprised of experienced hunters, all of whom shared a bond forged through countless missions. Their laughter and banter often echoed amidst the tension of their dangerous profession, a fleeting moment of levity that momentarily dispelled the weight of their reality. Among them was Jinho, a D-rank newbie whose eagerness was palpable, though it felt somewhat out of place amidst the seasoned hunters. He seemed overwhelmed by the gravity of the situation, his youthful enthusiasm a stark contrast to the calculated demeanor of the others. Jinwoo noted Jinho's fervent desire to protect him, which, while touching, also highlighted the stark contrast between their ranks, a reminder of the hierarchy that dictated their fates in this unforgiving world. As they descended into the depths of the dungeon, a palpable shift in atmosphere surrounded them, a feeling that something was about to unfold. The air became thick with an unsettling silence, and the darkness enveloped them like a heavy cloak, pressing down on their shoulders, stifling any sense of comfort they might have felt. Gone were the comforting glowstones that typically illuminated such spaces, replaced instead by shadows that danced ominously in the corners of their vision. Jinwoo could feel the chill of fear creeping into his bones, a sensation that set his nerves on edge. With a hushed urgency, he turned to his squad, warning them of the impending threat that loomed just beyond their sight. The instinct honed by his experiences as a hunter urged him to be cautious, to remain vigilant in the face of the unknown. No sooner had he spoken than they were ambushed by a swarm of massive insects, their grotesque forms emerging from the shadows above. The sound of their chitinous bodies skittering across the stone walls filled the air, a cacophony of menace that set Jinwoo's heart racing. The squad rallied together, their battle cries mingling with the frantic buzz of the insects, as they fought to fend off the relentless onslaught. Yet as they struck down the creatures, Jinwoo couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The insects were already wounded, their bodies marked by previous battles, suggesting that this dungeon held secrets yet to be uncovered, mysteries woven into the very fabric of its existence. It was as though they were intruding upon a scene already set in motion, a play where the actors had long since begun their performance. Dong-suk, sensing the unease that settled over the group, decided to press deeper into the abyss of the dungeon. With each step they took, a growing sense of dread coiled within Jinwoo, tightening its grip around his heart. What awaited them in the darkness? As they entered a vast chamber, a sight both awe-inspiring and terrifying greeted them. A treasure trove of shimmering mana stones lay scattered across the stone floor, like stars fallen from a celestial sky. The stones glowed faintly, casting an otherworldly light that flickered against the damp walls, illuminating the grotesque shadows that danced around them. The beauty of the scene was starkly juxtaposed against the sinister air that pervaded the chamber, creating an atmosphere thick with tension. Jinho, his eyes wide with excitement as he beheld the glittering bounty, quickly pointed out the law governing the division of such treasures, insisting that the mana stones should be evenly distributed among all 10 members, including Jinwoo. Anger flared among the other hunters at Jinho's proclamation. The atmosphere grew tense, thick with unspoken resentment, as Dongsuk's demeanor shifted, his smile tightening into a thin line. Dongsuk, ever the opportunist, feigned goodwill as he reassured his team that they would divide the stones fairly after dealing with the boss monster that undoubtedly guarded this wealth. But Jinwoo felt a nagging suspicion in the pit of his stomach, a sense that Dongsuk was not being entirely sincere. The hunter's eyes glinted with ambition, and Jinwoo couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than just a simple raid for resources, that hidden motives lurked beneath the surface, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves. As they pressed on, the chamber revealed its dark secret, a massive spider, its grotesque form curled in slumber amidst a grim collection of insect carcasses, its many legs sprawled across the stone floor like the remnants of a nightmare. The sight sent a shiver down Jinwoo's spine, a visceral reminder of the dangers that lay in wait. Dongsuk's orders rang clear, instructing Jinwoo and Jinho to stay behind and guard the spider, while the rest of the squad retrieved the necessary mining tools from their vehicle. Jinwoo, however, could not shake the feeling that Dongsuk had ulterior motives, a plan brewing beneath the surface that would spell trouble for him and Jinho. The weight of uncertainty loomed over him, casting a shadow that threatened to consume their fragile alliance. The moment the squad stepped out of earshot, Dongsuk's true intentions were revealed. With a swift, calculated motion, he ordered his team to collapse the entrance to the chamber, effectively trapping Jinwoo and Jinho with the very monster they had been tasked to guard. The explosion rocked the chamber, dust and debris filling the air, and the colossal spider stirred awake, its many eyes glinting with hunger and malice, reflecting the faint light of the mana stones scattered across the floor. Jinho, frozen in fear, was paralyzed by the sudden turn of events, while Jinwoo felt a surge of adrenaline coursing through him, igniting a fierce determination to fight. He had faced monsters before, but this was different. This was a betrayal, a life-threatening situation that demanded he rise to the occasion. As the spider lunged, fangs bared and venom dripping, Jinwoo brandished Kasaka's venom fang, a dagger he had acquired in a previous encounter. It gleamed ominously in the dim light, a reminder of the countless hours he had spent training tirelessly, pushing himself beyond the limits of an E-rank hunter. Now it was time to prove that he was more than just a title, more than the weakest hunter in a world that demanded strength. With surprising agility, he dodged the spider's vicious strikes, each movement fluid and instinctual, a dance born from desperation. The realization washed over him. His abilities had upgraded beyond what he once thought possible. He was no longer the weakest. He was becoming something greater, a force to be reckoned with, and the flicker of hope ignited within him surged into a roaring flame. The spider retaliated with a digestive acid attack, forcing Jinwoo to leap back, narrowly avoiding the corrosive substance that sizzled upon contact with the stone floor beneath him. The acrid smell of burnt rock filled the air, a reminder of the stakes at play. Jinwoo knew he had to act quickly, to harness the power within him before it was too late. He activated the skill, Dash, a burst of speed surging through him as he evaded the spider's frantic strikes, the world around him blurring in his heightened state. It was exhilarating, the thrill of battle coursing through his veins, igniting a fire that had long been dormant within his spirit. With newfound speed, he charged forward, his dagger aimed directly at the spider's eyes. The blade struck true, and a debuff coursed through the creature's body, momentarily blinding it and granting Jinwoo the upper hand. He pressed the advantage, striking again and again, his confidence growing with each successful hit. The spider screeched in pain, its monstrous form thrashing about, but Jinwoo was relentless. He was no longer merely surviving. He was thriving, unleashing the full extent of his abilities onto the creature that had threatened him. The chamber echoed with the sounds of their fierce struggle, a symphony of chaos that heralded his transformation, a battle cry that resonated deep within him. With a final, mighty strike, he plunged the dagger deep into the spider's heart, a triumphant roar escaping his lips as the beast fell lifelessly to the ground. The chamber was silent, save for the echoes of his victory, the remnants of the battle hanging heavy in the air. In the aftermath, as he caught his breath, Jinwoo discovered a myriad of essence stones nestled within the spider's stomach, his reward for the hard-fought battle. Jinho, now addressing Jinwoo as boss with a newfound respect, rushed to help him gather the stones, his initial fear giving way to awe and admiration for Jinwoo's prowess. The shift in their dynamic was palpable, a newfound camaraderie forged through shared danger and triumph. As they prepared to leave the chamber, filled with treasures, the sound of footsteps echoed ominously behind them. Dong-suk and his squad returned, their faces a mix of shock and disbelief at the sight of the slain spider. The atmosphere shifted once more, the tension rising as Dong-suk's eyes narrowed, realization dawning upon him that their plans had been thwarted. The mana stones they had sought to hoard would now have to be shared, a bitter pill to swallow for those who had plotted against Jinwoo and Jinho. The weight of betrayal hung between them like a storm cloud, charged with electricity, ready to erupt at any moment. In a desperate attempt to regain control over the situation, Dong-suk resorted to intimidation. He attempted to blackmail Jinho, leveraging the wealth of Jinho's father, a powerful construction magnate, to turn him against Jinwoo. The threat to both their lives hung heavy in the air, a dark cloud that threatened to suffocate their newfound alliance. Yet, Jinho's resolve solidified. He chose to stand by Jinwoo's side, defiance shining bright in his eyes, a spark of rebellion against the injustice they had faced. It was a courageous stand, one that spoke volumes about their bond, a testament to the loyalty that had been forged in the crucible of battle. Dong-suk's squad, fueled by desperation and anger, launched their attack against Jinwoo. But what they faced was not just an E-rank hunter, but a force to be reckoned with. A warrior who had tasted the bitterness of betrayal and emerged stronger. Jinwoo retaliated with ruthless efficiency, each strike a testament to his burgeoning strength and skill. The hunters fell one by one, their confidence shattered against the overwhelming might of Jinwoo, who fought with the determination of someone who had nothing left to lose. The echoes of their clash reverberated through the chamber, punctuated by the grunts of exertion and the sharp ring of metal against metal. As the last of Dong-suk's team crumpled to the ground, an urgent quest notification appeared before Jinwoo, demanding that he defeat all remaining enemies to ensure his survival. The penalty for failure loomed ominously: death. With a swift motion, Jinwoo executed Dong-suk, completing the urgent quest. A surge of energy coursed through him as he received his rewards: full recovery, ability points to enhance his skills, and a new skill named Murderous Intent. The implications of these rewards weighed heavily on him, forcing him to confront the evolving nature of his own identity. He was no longer merely the weakest, he was transforming into something formidable, a player in a game where the rules were shifting beneath his feet. The realization of his newfound power was exhilarating, yet it also filled him with a sense of trepidation. What would this mean for him? How would he wield this power responsibly in a world that had shown him both cruelty and camaraderie? Upon leaving the dungeon, Jinwoo and Jinho were met by an investigator from the Hunters Association, his demeanor casual yet probing. The investigator, clearly impressed by Jinho's expensive equipment, dismissed the incident as merely an accident, waving off the seriousness of what had transpired. He seemed oblivious to the true events that had unfolded within the darkness of the dungeon, unaware of the life and death struggle that had taken place. This naivety only fueled Jinwoo's determination to keep his burgeoning power a secret, a hidden strength that could change the course of his life and redefine his place in this unforgiving world. In the days that followed, Jinwoo meticulously distributed his newly acquired ability points, reflecting on the weight of each decision. He felt the thrill of power coursing through him, a newfound confidence that was both intoxicating and frightening. Discovering that he could access the shop function within the system, he marveled at the possibilities that lay before him. Items that could enhance his abilities, tools to aid in his journey, and the means to redefine his destiny. Each choice he made felt monumental, a step toward a future where he could finally forge his own path, unshackled from the constraints of his past. Not long after, Jinho reached out to Jinwoo with a bold proposition to form a strike squad together, a partnership that could elevate both of their standings in the world of hunters. At first, Jinwoo hesitated, unsure of the implications of such a partnership, but Jinho's enthusiasm was infectious, and as he revealed his plan to obtain a guild master's license to succeed his brother and father at Yujin Construction, Jinwoo felt a flicker of hope. The prospect of a building worth 30 trillion won dangled before him like a tantalizing dream, and Jinho's offer was one that could not be easily dismissed. It was a chance to break free from the shackles of his previous life and step into a world where he could truly thrive. After careful consideration, Jinwoo agreed to the partnership, but set forth a condition. Only he and Jinho would participate in the raids. This decision stemmed from a desire to maximize his experience gain, an opportunity to further hone his skills in a controlled environment without the interference of others who might weigh him down. The path ahead was fraught with challenges, but Jinwoo felt ready to face whatever lay in store. A determination solidifying within him like a shield against the uncertainties that awaited. As time passed, Jinwoo diligently completed his daily quests, each one a stepping stone toward greater strength. It was during one of these quests that he stumbled upon a hidden objective related to strength training, an unexpected twist that piqued his interest. Intrigued, he poured his energy into completing the hidden quest, eager to uncover the rewards that awaited him. Upon completion, he received a blessed mystery box, a sense of excitement bubbling within him as he opened it to reveal its contents. Inside, he found the Demon Castle's key, a key that would grant him access to an S-rank instance dungeon located at Daisung Tower. The realization sent a thrill of anticipation racing through him. This was an opportunity to test his limits, to push beyond the boundaries of what he had once believed possible. Jinwoo's heart raced with determination as he made plans to venture to Daisung Tower, the towering spire that loomed in the distance, its silhouette both majestic and foreboding against the backdrop of the sky. The air crackled with electricity, charged with the promise of adventure and danger. As he arrived at the entrance of the dungeon, the air crackled with energy, a palpable sense of danger swirling around him. The towering structure was engulfed in flames, casting an eerie glow that danced against the darkened sky. It was a sight that both intimidated and exhilarated him, a reminder of the trials that awaited within. At the threshold, he encountered Cerberus, the Hell's Gatekeeper, a formidable three-headed dog whose fierce growls echoed through the air, a warning of the perilous confrontation to come. The creature's eyes burned with a fierce intelligence, its powerful muscles rippling beneath its fur, a living embodiment of the chaos that lay ahead. The battle that ensued was ferocious, each moment fraught with tension and desperation. Cerberus attacked relentlessly, its three heads coordinating strikes that left Jinwoo scrambling to defend himself. He could feel the weight of each blow, the crushing force behind the creature's fury, pushing him to his limits. The air was thick with the smell of smoke and sweat, the sounds of clashing power reverberating through the air as he fought for his life. Every second felt like an eternity, the world around him narrowing to a singular focus: survival. He could hear his own heartbeat pounding in his ears, a relentless drum that kept time with the chaos surrounding him. As Cerberus unleashed its skill rage, doubling its abilities, Jinwoo found himself on the brink of defeat, injuries mounting as he struggled to keep pace with the relentless assault. The creature's heads lunged at him from different angles, each strike a reminder of his vulnerability. Jinwoo's breath came in ragged gasps, his muscles aching from the exertion, but he refused to back down. The stakes were higher than ever. He could feel the weight of his past pushing against him, urging him to rise above the limitations that had once defined him. The air was thick with tension, a powerful reminder of the choices he had made and the path he had chosen. In a moment of clarity amidst the chaos, Jinwoo made a desperate decision. He accessed the full recovery reward he had saved from his daily quest, using it to heal himself completely. The sensation of vitality surged through him, revitalizing his spirit and igniting a renewed determination. Seizing the moment, he launched a final, all-out assault against Cerberus, each strike fueled by a fierce resolve to overcome the beast that had dared to challenge him. The thrill of battle coursed through him, a symphony of adrenaline and purpose that drove him forward, each movement a testament to his growth. With a climactic blow, Jinwoo struck down Cerberus, the creature collapsing into a heap before him. The victory was bittersweet, a testament to his growth and newfound power. He felt the surge of energy as he leveled up multiple times, rewards cascading before him like a shower of stars. Among the treasures he acquired were the Warden's collar, the castle door key, and Cerberus's fangs, each item a symbol of his victory and a tool for his continued ascent in this perilous world. The realization of what he had accomplished settled over him like a warm blanket, filling him with a sense of purpose and strength that he had never known before. With each battle fought and every challenge overcome, Jinwoo transformed into a force to be reckoned with, his journey just beginning as he embraced the power within him. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with unknown dangers and challenges yet to come. But one thing was clear: he was no longer the weakest hunter. He was a warrior, ready to carve his destiny in a world where survival was the ultimate prize, where each moment brought with it the promise of new adventures, new challenges, and the chance to rise above it all. The taste of victory lingered on his lips, and with each step he took, he felt the weight of his past lifting, replaced by the exhilarating freedom of a future filled with endless possibilities.